Howdy folks, welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. Today I finally got my finger out of my fat lazy arse and I'm going to give you the long-awaited review of this thing, the French Tier 8 tank destroyer, the AMX AC-48. The name, distinctly unimaginative, which is quite surprising. It's French, it's supposed to be the language of love. Couldn't they do better than that? Because this literally just means the AMX manufactured tank destroyer made in 1948. That's it. It's a bit of an unimaginative name, but that's probably because it never existed. It's a work of fiction. It existed in blueprints only, it was never built, so that's probably why they never got around actually giving the thing a proper name. However, we do have it here in World of Tanks, and this is a really, really good machine. I cannot wait to get my hands on the Tier 9, the Foch. If it's half as good as this thing, I'm going to have fun. I would even go so far as to say that this thing is borderline overpowered. But, you know, that might just be because I have a long and painful history of driving the previous French tank destroyers, which have mostly been utter garbage. And so anything is going to look good after that. And also, for, you know, kind of for the same reason, if this thing is slightly overpowered, I don't care. Because I think French tank destroyer drivers deserve something good after putting up with the kind of shit they've had to put up with prior to getting this thing. There are a couple of bright spots from tiers 2 to 8 in the French tank destroyer line. This thing, at tier 7, is alright. It's not bad at all. I quite like this. The French tier 5 tank destroyer, while it is as ugly as a bulldog licking piss off a nettle, it is a pretty good machine. The S35CA, the little old bathtub of doom. You get your hands on the tier 5, and to a degree this thing as well at tier 7, and it's kind of like being left with a fat chick on a blind date. You know, you feel vaguely cheated, but then you strike up a conversation and you realise she's into zombie movies, so you think, well, yeah, she might be pig ugly, but at least we've got something to talk about. And that's the kind of the feeling you get at tier 5 and tier 7 with the French tank destroyers, because they're butt ugly machines, but they're actually pretty good. All of the others are just rubbish. They are so bad. And a lot of French tank destroyer drivers never get as far as tier 7. The ARL V39 at tier 6 breaks their spirit, and they just give up. Guys, trust me, it's going to be worth the grind. This thing at tier 7, very, very good. This thing at tier 8, unbelievable. I have had so much fun in this thing. It has one problem, however, and that's not a problem specific to the 48. It's just a tier 8 tank destroyer thing. None of them have a large amount of health. Most of them are dead in 3 good hits from just about anything that's going to be shooting at them. This thing has 1,000 hit points. That's not a lot. And that's common to all of the tier 8 tank destroyers. The Ferdinand, you know, the mighty Ferdinand, only has 1,200 hit points. And that's quite a lot for a tier 8 tank destroyer. The ISU-152, you know, the fearsome troll cannon, it only has 10 more hit points than this thing, 1,010. The British being the exception, but even the British, and that really is the British tank destroyer thing, having lots and lots and lots of health, but the AT-15 doesn't have that much, 1,450. You can basically take one more good hit than the other tier 8 TDs, and that's your lot. You tend to find that the tank destroyers get a big boost in health when they go from tier 8 to tier 9. It's a significant increase. I can't show you here because I don't have the Foch, but, well, let's have a look at the tech tree. There we go. This thing, 1,000 health. This thing, 1,550. And you pretty much get that across the board. If you look at the Russians, ISU-152, 1,010, Object 704, 1,600. So, at tier 8 is there are some really, really, really good tank destroyers at tier 8, but they're kind of, I'm not going to call them glass cannons, because tanks like the Ferdinand, good tough frontal armour. This thing, amazing frontal armour. However, they are tough to defeat from the front, but it only takes 3 shots. And so you can find yourself getting into trouble, particularly in the Ferdinand, because it's got these notorious weak spots at the front. And a lot of the time, people see a Ferdinand and they think, right, gunner, load gold, and they just put shots through your gun mantle like it was made out of butter. That doesn't seem to be the case with the 48. I rarely find people loading gold when they're shooting at me in this thing. It's as if there just aren't that many of these around, and people aren't really aware of how tough the frontal armour of this thing is. It's 150 millimeters thick, and look at the sloping. That's really, really, really good. The lower glacis, look at that, tiny target. You're almost never going to get, and it's so low to the ground as well. I mean, the kind of angles that you're going to have to defeat in order to try to get a shot into that and even hit it in the first place, it doesn't get hit in the lower glacis very often at all, unless you're down below a hill and it comes over the top of the hill and just just waft a shot right into it. But usually lower glacis doesn't tend to get hit there. Hits to the upper glacis, which is huge and is all armoured and sloped, tend to bounce. Does have weak spots, however, and if you've gone through the 46, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They're absolutely huge and hard to miss on this thing. Rangefinder here, machine gun turret here. Massive, ugly, bolted on, looks like made out of cast iron. Just horrible, ugly. There. You get to the 48, they're still there, but this thing is starting to look a lot more modern, and they're a lot smaller and harder to hit. This machine gun turret, there's some sloping and angling going on there. You're going to bounce a couple of shots unless it gets smacked straight on, but it is a significant weak spot, but nowhere near as big a weak spot as the same machine gun turret on the 46. Similar story when you look at this rangefinder. Now this rangefinder trolls people hard because most of it is a no-hit box zone. It's kind of like the ears on the turret of the T-29 Tier 7 American heavy tank. This bit here is a no-hit box zone. This bit here is a no-hit box zone. Shoot it in the middle, what you're actually doing is going right through the rangefinder and you're hitting this little turret at the back that the rangefinder is mounted on. Now people have said, oh no, I've shot the rangefinder right here and it's done damage. No, it hasn't. It's gone through and it's hit this anti-aircraft turret at the back. That's what's taken the hit, not this thing. You'll see the shot go in, you'll see a hole appear, and you'll hear penetration. We'll lit him up with that one. It's actually hit this anti-aircraft turret at the back. If you're going to be shooting at the rangefinder of the Foch, not the Foch, sorry, I wish it was the Foch, of the 48, aim right in the middle, hit this little turret here, or just aim through it, hit that thing there, or try to hit this thing here. Those are the only real frontal weaknesses this thing has. And you can do a lot. It's kind of the same tactics in this thing as it is in the 46. You just waggle the front of the machine. I mean, you've got to keep your front pointing towards the enemy at all times because it's 120 millimeter thick and sloped back at 45 degrees at the front, but the sides and rear are only 40 millimeters thick. Now, the 48 is a much smaller. It's a smaller profile target than the 46. The 46 was quite tall, and the side here particularly was just a massive target. This little baby, you're still going to die if you get hit in the side. I mean, there's almost no sloping going on there whatsoever. If you're real lucky, your tracks are going to eat a shot, but then you're stuffed. You're sitting there immobilised and you're just waiting for them to fire again. They hit you in the side, you're going to suffer. Keep your front pointed towards the enemy. And while the front of your tank is pointing towards the enemy, they're firing back at you, they're aiming at these weak spots. Or they've got a gun that's powerful enough to just waft right through the frontal armour anyway. Do yourself a favour. Waggle the tank. Makes it more difficult to hit these weak spots, and it increases the effective thickness of the armour at the front. I have bounced any number of shots from tier 9 and 10 machines on the front of this thing just by doing that while I'm waiting to reload and return fire. It's an amazingly effective tactic. Because you've got all this thick armour at the front, well sloped, you tend to try to get you can get yourself into trouble with this thing. You forget that you only have 1,000 hit points, and they only need to get lucky 3 times. People, they only need to be good 3 times or get lucky 3 times, and this thing is dead. So learn to waggle the armour between shots. It will save you a lot of pain and grief. Now, mobility, it's very, very French in that respect. 51-ton machine. Can weigh up to 59 tons depending on the equipment you have fitted. And an 850 horsepower engine. This thing goes like a rocket. 50 kilometers per hour. And it's not, this isn't, this is no AMX 40 where it says, yeah, you can do this speed, and then you power it up and you find you can't get over 20. No, this thing will reach 50 kilometers per hour. It'll do more than that going downhill. This is a very, very fast tank destroyer. The Traverse isn't very good, but it's not very bad either. Don't forget, it's a tank destroyer, not a medium tank, not a light tank. 28 degrees is okay, but it's not good. The Gun Traverse, well, it's a tank destroyer without a turret. The Gun Traverse is... The speed in degrees per second of the Gun Traverse is... I reckon they need for a tank destroyer, they need to do away with that statistic entirely. And what I want to know when I'm looking at the stats of a tank destroyer is how much the gun can traverse from side to side before you have to turn the hull and start aiming the whole thing again. And this is the weakness of the French tank destroyers. They do not have very good gun traverse. I don't know. I don't know the figure, but you're looking about that far, 25, 30 degrees, and then you have to start turning the machine. Not very good, but again, French tank destroyer drivers, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You've had to get used to this, so if you're not used to it by now, you probably shouldn't be driving French TDs. View range, for a low-profile machine, it's not bad, but it's not great either. 370 metre view range, and your bog standard 750 metre high-tier signal range. Now, it's a tank destroyer. Let's have a look at the guns. You've got a choice of three. This 90mm AC DCA 45, which, you've got it on the 46, you've got it on the ARL V39, you've got it here on the 48. It's not a bad gun. It's a bloody awful gun on the ARL V39. It just doesn't work whatsoever on that tank. It's probably the best gun on the 46. The 46 is the first French tank destroyer, which allows you to use this thing. The 100mm AC SA-47, and it's a good gun, but it works on this thing. Which one do I have fitted on that one? Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's the 90mm. That's it right there. Let's close that down. This thing with a 90mm gun. What I found with the French tank destroyers is on the ARL V39, you unlock this 90mm gun, but it's a horrible gun to use on the tank because it has such a long aiming time on the Tier 6 V39, and the V39 has such a narrow gun traverse, so you're constantly moving the tank, trying to aim. He's crap now, I have to move the tank again, trying to aim, and he's got outside of my firing arc. You're constantly playing catch-up with your firing arc. On the other hand, this 90mm gun, I think, is the best gun to use on the 46, even though the 46 also has the choice of this 100mm. What you're going to want to do is research the 100mm gun on the 46, because the 46, I'm not going to say it's the best gun to use on the 48, but that 100mm gun is a fantastic gun on this machine. With the French tank destroyers, it's always trying to strike the balance between lousy aiming times and narrow gun traverse. So you want a machine that doesn't take forever to aim, so that before you reach the limit of your gun traverse, you can actually get your shot off. And to a large extent on the V39 and the 46, that influences the choice of gun. That's not really such a problem on the 48, I have found, but the choice of gun that you use is going to determine how you play this tank. This 100mm 2.3 second aiming time on this thing, whereas it's like a 2.9 second aiming time on the 46. That 100mm gun, in fact, that 100mm gun with a 2.3 second aiming time is acceptable enough that you can afford to play this thing very, very aggressively. The DPM with that gun fitted is 2,250 damage per minute. 7.5 rounds per minute rate of fire, 232mm of penetration. 232 is all right for a tier 8. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's pretty good, actually. 300 average damage. Again, perfectly adequate. 0.34 accuracy, pretty damn good. And an acceptable 2.3 second aiming time. With that kind of aiming time, you can afford to play this thing aggressively and get from medium to short range from the targets. Use that frontal armour, troll them, and just punish them with the good DPM and good rate of fire. And I have had success with that gun, the 100mm, on this machine. In fact, I had so much success with it, I was dubious about upgrading to the 120mm gun. Because the 120mm gun, again, we're up to that 2.9 second aiming time. And the narrow gun traverse and the long aiming time was the thing that always put me off the top gun on the previous French tank destroyers. But it does work on this machine. However, choice of gun you use dictates how you play the machine. And if you're going to use that 120mm gun, and it is, in most respects, a better gun than the 100mm, slower rate of fire, but not that much slower, 5.77 versus the 7.5 rounds per minute. 257mm of penetration, yes please. 400 damage, that's a whole third again as much damage as the 100mm. Even more accurate, 0.33. But it's that 2.9 second aiming time. And because of that one single factor, you can't really, excuse me, I found it's more dangerous getting this thing as close as I like to play the 48 with the 100mm gun because of the aiming time. With the 2.9 second aiming time, you're going to have a lot of success playing this thing more as a traditional sneaky camping tank destroyer. Keep targets at range, far enough away that you've got time to let that aiming cycle settle the sights on the target before he escapes out your gun traverse and put the shot into him. It's not to say you can't play this thing aggressively, but it's slightly trickier with a 120mm gun. I mean, I've played this thing aggressively with both guns and had a great time, but it's just, it plays differently. You really need to, if you're going to get close with this thing and that gun, then get really close, right? Where you don't have to sit and wait, literally stick the gun into them and pull the trigger. With the 100mm, you can afford to aim your shots at medium range, medium to close range, not necessarily point blank range. And if you're going to do that with 120mm, yeah, get real close, drive right into them, stick the gun in their face, pull the trigger, and learn to waggle the tank to bounce shots from the front at point blank range. And you can and will have a lot of success using this thing like that. Or play it like traditional long range camping stealthy tank destroyer. Either works fine. Both very, very good guns. Equipment, well, large caliber tank gun rammer, goes without saying. I've gone with vents. Again, 2.9 second aiming time. I want something that's going to get that aiming time down. Vents helps with that. Your third choice, I've gone with a camo net because I'm cheap. With the 120mm gun, enhanced gun lane drive is not a bad idea. 10% of aiming speed. 2.9 seconds. Yeah, definitely. Take nearly a third of a second off the aiming time with that fitted, so that's good stuff. There isn't really anything else there that I think you'd get more benefit from than the enhanced gun lane drive, or possibly the camo net. Coated optics, binocular telescope, always good, but I prefer to let other people spot targets for me when I'm in a sneaky machine, and not be seen myself, so well, it's debatable. I would say, because this thing is so mobile, rather than the binocular telescope, to go with the coated optics, because 370 metre view range is alright. An extra 10%, that's an extra 37 metres, so you're over 400 metre range there. That's I'd say good enough if you want to scout for yourself and you plan on using the mobility of this thing to such a degree that binocular telescopes wouldn't get a lot of use. I mean, for the same reason, if you're going to do it that way, then the camo net's not going to get much use. So yeah, probably coated optics, depending on how you want to play it. Crew skills, tank destroyer, camo, 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 camo. I've gone with clutch braking on the driver rather than camo. Camo on everybody else, but clutch braking on the driver, because 28 degrees traverse is all right, but it's not great. And if you're going to use this thing aggressively in close quarters, you're going to want it to turn a bit faster than 28 degrees per second. So there you go, the AC-48. Let's put this little baby through its paces. Right, here it is, the 1948 with the 100mm gun. I thought I'll at least show you what it's like with the gun that you're going to be using if you have any sense and you've unlocked this gun on the ARL V39. This is the gun that you're going to be using the majority of the time when you've bought your 1948, as you're grinding out that 63,000 XP you need for the 120mm. And even when you've unlocked the 120mm, you may find that you prefer using this gun. you just get a little bit more flexibility with a faster firing 100mm. So we're here on, it's a tier 8 game on Lakeville. Oh, there's the light tank rush. Actually, not just the light tank rush. What the hell the Churchills are doing coming up this middle road, I don't know. Oh, fired too soon, he got away. Give him plenty of lead. Wait, reload. That's the shot. There you go, 309 damage, right on the money. And when you're rapidly reacquiring targets like this, you're going to find that 2.3 second aiming time is a godsend. Okay, it took me 2 shots to finish off that Mark 1 Churchill. Would I have been able to reload, fire, and get the killing shots in time if I'd been using the 120mm? Probably not. Then again, under that circumstance, if I'd been using the 120mm, I probably wouldn't have needed a second shot. So, you know, you pays your money, you takes your choice. The type of gun that you use on this machine really dictates the way you're going to use it. Now, I've got the 100mm, and put my money where my mouth is. I said you could play this thing more aggressively with a 100mm, so here we go. Quickie baby up ahead there in his Carnarvon. We've got Ike in his T-32, he's already got a kill. There's a T-69, a Type 58, and we haven't seen him yet, but there's a Lurver. There we go, he's just popped up on the radar. So, 3 against 2. Let's see how we do. Quickie baby's going around, I'm covering his flank. Oh, silly Mr. Type 58. Oh, what were you thinking? Nom nom nom. Okay, we know there's a Lurver there as well, so I'll go around the other side. I bounce. 1 shot from the T-69. Put 1 into him. Bounce. Another shot from, I'm not sure who. Oh, it was the T-69. He gets 1 into me. I get another shot into him. He's tracked. He's in front of Quickie Baby's Carnarvon. He's dead. Now, we go around. There's the Lurver. We got some backup coming. Ike's coming around the bottom, the far corner in his T-32. Oh, Lurver puts 1 into me, but I put 1 into him. The Jagdpanzer 4 gets taken down by Ike in the bottom. I'm reloading much faster than the Lurver is. There's another one. Didn't do any damage, his tracks ate it. I'm waggling the front of the tank here, trying to throw his aim off as he's going for my weak spots. Oh, and then I bounce. He puts 1 into me anyway. However, I am definitely going to reload long before he does. With the 120mm, it's conceivable that the Lurver would have reloaded before me and managed to get a killing shot into me before those friendly tanks came around the corner. And that's just that little bit of added flexibility that using the 100mm at close range gives to you. However, you can see I've taken 3 hits. 4 hits, and now I'm down to 48 health. That was quite lucky actually, that was the KV-2 firing his 152mm derp HE shell. The fact that he only did 159 damage, didn't kill any crew members and knock out any modules was quite lucky. But this was a pushover. I mean, we just ruffle stomped to the town. The guys going up the valley. Well, I'm not going to say it was a pushover. We just outplayed the guys in the town. There were more of them in the town than there were of us. We've got a lot of tanks plugging that gap in the valley there, and not a lot of enemy tanks against them. So we did well in the town. Credit where credit is due. But I really don't want to die here. 1 more hit. Where did I take damage there? Oh, I don't know what's happened to my view here. Oh, that's bizarre. Oh, well, never mind. I know that T-69 managed to actually get 1 through my lower glacis. That happens so rarely on this thing, it was actually quite surprising. That first shot there for 212 damage, you can see in my damage panel. That was the T-69 putting 1 through my lower glacis. And the others were all into the weak spots. Oh, just couldn't quite aim fast enough. I think this is it for this game. I think 1977 damage is all I'm going to get. Yeah, there's not enough of that Tiger P showing. I can just barely see his commander's cupola. So that's game over. We're trying to steal a brothers in arms here. It's like, quick, you better get around there and kill him. Nah, too slow. So that was that one. Okay, let's give the 120mm gun a run out. So we've seen that the 100mm gun, you know, it works. It works just fine. As a grinding weapon, it is absolutely fine. 120mm, 63,000 XP to unlock this thing. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what we can do with this thing. So we're here on steps, again, tier 8 game. I'm platooned up with Ike and Quickie Baby. There's Quickie Baby in his IS-3. I think it's Quickie Baby. Yep, there he is. Whoa! Whoa! Check out that T-71, you cheeky little bugger. He was a bit brave. Took a hit from an IS-3 to pay for it, and look at this. Now watch this IS. Right in the middle of an open field. He puts a shot in, it bounces. I put a shot into him, it's never going to bounce. Not against an IS, just no. And the reload isn't bad. And there's another one. 700 damage done already. And you know what? I'm just going to sit here and wait. I'm sure Quickie Baby will put one in. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and I didn't even get to finish him off. I was robbed blind. But that T-71, well, I'll just finish off this KV-1. But that T-71's got us spotted. Oh! What's up with the below average damage rolls? Leaves him on 16 health. Quickie Baby ninjas that kill. And there's an SU-152. And I don't really have a shot at him. I'll tell you what, that enemy T-71 player, look at him. Well, he's screwed now. T-20's got around him. So, it is, oh, gun depression, just not quite good enough. And I really don't want to take flanking shots from that Jagdpanther 2, but look at the map. Oh, there's the SU. He bounces, which is always welcome, and no, I'm not going to hit him. 2.9 second aiming time. That's the drawback of using the 120mm. Oh, Jagdpanther 2 just burned to death over there. And again, and it's around about now. I'm looking at the map and thinking, whoa, whoa, hold on a minute. T-32, T-44 coming around the flank. Whoa, and where's the rest of the team? Everybody's come down this side. I only just realised. And this is an encounter battle. We need to get somebody over to the cap and fast. So I'm going over to back up Quickie Baby in his IS-3. T-32. Yep, I can have him. Bingo. There we go. 352 damage. Well, yeah, below average, but he only had 352 health left, so I'll take it. There's two of them in the cap circle. Now, this is where the speed of this thing comes into very, very welcome use. I know there's a T-44 out there somewhere, but we don't know where he is. Quickie Baby's hauling ass there. I think he's using remove speed governor on his IS-3. He usually likes to use those on his Russian tanks. But we've got 50 seconds. Yeah, plenty time. Plenty of time. So I'm keeping an eye open for the T-44. He's probably capping. We should have run into him by now if he was out here. While Stuart goes zooming ahead to try and spot these guys. Jagdtiger 88 in the cap circle, alright, no problem. Aiming for his machine gun port, and that one went right into his machine gun port, so there's a very welcome, again, below average, 391 damage roll. He takes a shot back, it bounces. So, you know, let's not go charging over the hill, exposing my lower glacis at them until we know where they all are. I want to finish off this Jagdtiger 88. Our artillery nails him. There's only 3 of them left. There's the T-44. Quickie Baby rams him, puts a shot in, come around behind him. A little bit more surprise but sex. Oh, set him on fire. There's kill number 2. All we have left is an M6, and he's plainly visible on the map. He's getting rushed by like 6 heavies. He's gone. So that was a comfortable win, and salvaged a potentially disastrous situation, because we had nobody whatsoever on the eastern side of the map. And I should have been paying more attention to the map earlier on in the game, but you know what it's like. You get tunnel vision, there's targets in front of you, and you just can't stop firing. You look at your map, you realise, whoa, where's the rest of the team? In a machine like this, it's fast enough, tough enough, and has enough punch for you to be able to react to situations like that and help save the game. So, battle results of that one. That was my 3rd class mastery badge. Just to give you an idea of how tough the competition is and how well people are doing driving this machine. Not a fantastic game by any stretch of the imagination, but it was alright. 34,000 credits, just over 2,000 XP doubled. Damage done. There's our platoon. XP earned, despite the fact that I'm taking a kicking on the XP earned by being in a tank destroyer. Where am I? There, still 3rd on XP earned, so not bad. 7 shots fired, 6 hits, 6 penetrations. Hits received 3. No damage. Potential damage 1330. Thing only has 1,000 health, so Bounce City. Very, very well armoured at the front of this machine. This was a game from Circumflex's livestream. Circumflex's is there in the other AC-48. We've got Pointy-Haired Jedi in his KV-4, and I'm obviously here in my 48. 120mm gun this time, and we're here on Live Oaks. It's a distinctly Tier 8 game. And we've got... Well, it's more a case of looking at what the enemy team list has. So they've got an FCM-50T, a Lurva and a T-34. Well, the Lurva and the T-34 are probably going to go into the town, which leaves us with an IS-6 and a KV-4. Now, they're strong tanks, but they've got a Super Pershing as well. And that's a strong tank from the front. The Type 59 can be problematic in tight city streets as well. And I'm thinking I should probably head into the town with the heavy tanks to give them a bit of backup. Okay, the FCM-50T's come into the town with us. I didn't expect that. I expected him to head off to the south. Looks like we've got a Tiger moving in too. And yeah, this ought to do. I'm going to sit here, see what we can see. There's very few medium tanks in this game. Oh, there's the FCM. There we go. He hits me, trackseed it. Nearly 400 damage to him. That's actually a below average damage roll. This thing's a 400 average damage gun with a pretty good reload. And this T-29, I so badly wanted to kill him. There we go. It's into the 365 again, below average damage roll. Here comes Jedi in his KV-4. I've taken 1 hit so far, and the tracks have eaten it. At this sort of range, they do find it hard to hit your weak spots. Oh, come on, come on. Unfortunately, a Jedi next to me doesn't have a shot at that T-29, and I'm praying for a reload. And I get one. There we go. Again, what's with the below average damage rolls? It's supposed to do 400 damage per shot. I've been hit again, by the way, and it's just bounced. I took a shot there. I wasn't entirely sure the IS wasn't just hovering outside of view range. FCM-50T's in a seriously bad way. I'm kind of tunnel visioning on that T-29 for a period of time here in this match. Oh, the Type 59's come up here as well. There's a Tiger and there's a KV-1. What? He must have been platooned with someone. Right. And I can see that T-29 wants to back away. He doesn't want to be exchanging fire with, I mean, you know, there's a... What is it round there? The AMX? Yeah, it's the AMX 45. With an IS-6 behind him. There's something else there as well. Pointy-Haired Jedi's going around the corner. But I want to kill this T-29. And he's teasing me. He's teasing me. He's moving up to the corner, but he's not sticking his arse out. He probably knows I'm here. But nobody's in a position to hit me. And then, oh, no, Jedi, get out of the way. Ah, you sneaky American bastard. Well played. Took advantage of that. And again, I'm tunnel visioning on this guy. I wanted to kill him so bad. I mean, I've done the lion's share of damage on him. But the AMX M4 is moving up on him, and Jedi needs help, so... Alright, T-29. Can't let these guys get all the kills. But I don't want to go around in front of them, not when they've got a T-29 and a KV-4 to shoot at. And there he comes. That bloody T-29 pops around the corner. Just as I turn away from him. But hello, Mr. Type 59. I'm going to put a shot right in your ass. That's right. It's surprise butt sex time. Because it's always the best kind of butt sex. So, there you go. That's 1,400 damage done so far. All they have left in the town is the IS and the T-29. The T-29's on 150 health, so I'm not going to get involved in the dogfight to be the ones to finish those guys off. There's plenty more targets of opportunity down to the south. I'm going to go straight after them. Put the speed of this thing to use. I mean, you can see the map. Everybody's clustering around those last two kills. We know where they are. They're doomed. They're both one-shot kills now. I'm not going to waste my time trying to fight over the scraps. I'm going for guys with more health. I want to get my money's worth out of these 120mm shells. So that WZ-131, he will do. Come on, don't shoot him, guys. I want to get my money's worth out of this shot. That'll do. Oh, you spoil sport. Oh well, 73 damage. Second kill. There's a Tiger P, a T-34, and an IS left. And they're all down just over that first railway bridge. So let's go and give them the good news. Haven't taken a single point of damage here yet, by the way. There's the Tiger P. Have they seen me? Possibly. Don't know. Don't have sixth sense on this crew. If in doubt, act as if you've been spotted. So the Tiger P at least has a lot of health, but I have no idea what sort of health the remaining two heavies have. The T-34 can give me problems. Oh, they're all mostly on full health. There's the IS. Hello. Surprise, it's me. There's the T-34. Turn, bounce, angle. Good stuff. IS misses. Finish him off. Set him on fire. Boom. And then a T-20 hits him when he's got about 10 health left and claims the kill. Oh, you scumbag. Two of them left. Both more or less on full health. So they're obviously turning to engage the obvious targets. Yep, they both are. So what I want to do now, okay, I'm going to shoot this Tiger P. Miss, but I need to get the Tiger P between me and the T-34. So I ram him, take his tracks off. Put a shot into his flank. Wait for the reload. No. You're not going anywhere, pal. Finish him off. See if I can get a sneaky kill on the T-34 as well. Ah, just a little too slow. And Circumflexes gets him from the front with the AC-48. So, there you go. 3,423 damage done. Not bad at all. Multiple hits received, only one of which actually did any damage, and in fact that was myself. That was me damaging myself by ramming that Tiger P to take his tracks off and keep him in front of my gun. So, courtesy of whatreplays.com, there's the post-battle results screen for that one. That was the second class mastery badge, 46,000 credits, nearly 3,000 XP, doubled, with the premium account. That would have been almost 2,000 without a premium account, doubled for the first win of the day, so good result. The most damage done, both the 48s. The most kills, both the 48s. Obviously this is prior to patch 8.6, and tank destroyers suffered an XP penalty because they were tank destroyers. Yeah, I didn't say it was a good reason. Otherwise we would have gotten the most XP earned as well. It's a 30% deduction to XP earned by tank destroyers prior to patch 8.6. So if that had been an 8.6 game, we would have been way ahead on XP earned as well. Took 4 hits. All of them failed to penetrate. The only damage I actually took was track damage to myself by ramming that Tiger P. And potential damage received, 1,270. The thing only has 1,000 health. 13 shots, 10 direct hits. Every shot that hit penetrated. It's a very, very impressive tank destroyer. Final replay of the review, and this is arguably the game I've done the best in the 48. I have had a game where I got a Top Gun, but that was pretty much just kill stealing. I didn't do a huge amount of damage in that game. And I can't find the replay for it anymore. I must have cleared it out. This one, however, was my... I still don't have Master Tanker in this thing. This should give you some idea of the kind of performance you have to pull off in order to get Master Tanker in this thing. How well other 1948 drivers are doing. So this is a first-class mastery badge game. Let's see how it pans out. We're here on Erlenberg, again, a Tier 8 game. So it shouldn't be surprising that I can do well in this thing, given that I am top tier. But, you know, see how it pans out. I guarantee you'll be entertained. I'm platooned up with Circumflexes. This was another one of his livestream games. And Foch. Circumflexes in his Jagdpanther 2, Foch in his ISU 152. I think, let me just confirm that. Yeah. We're here on Erlenberg, and... Whoa, where the hell? Ooh. I want to kill this guy, but I don't want to leave cover to do it, because I'm almost sure I've been spotted. So I'm in a bit of a tricky situation here. Little Chinese light tank with balls of steel. I want him dead, but I really don't want to get shot in the side in order to accomplish it, so... screw it. He needs to die. He's lighting us up. Hello! Right, there's one. Oh, turn around just in time. Oh, he's not even pointing his gun at me. Well, we'll... you're going to regret that, Sonny Jim. And there's two. And I'll take a hit. 92 damage. What's that? What could be shooting at me that's only doing 92 damage? And bouncing. Is that the Panzer 38 NA? Is somebody firing high explosive? I need to get my ass into cover there. That IS-3 could clip me. Tiger P. He's aiming at my weak spots. Oh, and I bounced. Oh, can't have that. There we go. He's put one through. Huh. It looked like... bizarre. Not entirely sure where that one penetrated. Oh, he's got to be firing gold. With the Tiger P's gun, to get through that armour, he's either lucky or he's firing gold. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. If I was driving a Tiger P and I had some gold loaded and I saw one of these things in front of me, I would probably load the gold just for that special occasion as well. But look at this. Oh, this is like Christmas and all your birthdays come at once. Ah. There's another scout. Oh well. There's the Ranger medal. Killing 3 light tanks. You get a medal for that. They call it Ranger. There's another one into the lurver. He's not having a very good day at all. Oh, that Tiger 2 just got ISU'd. And it's just us on this flank. It's not until now that the heavy tanks actually lumber their way up here. It's just Circumflexes in his ISU, Foch in his Jagdpanther 2, and myself, who are just cleaning up on this corner. Now, I know that lurver is still over there, but I don't want to get shot in the ass, so I'm putting as much distance as I can. Oh, can I get a hit on that IS-3? I think I can. Oh, somebody's tracked him. Thank you, thank you. Come on, come on. Oh, it did some sort of module damage, but not enough. Oh, he's on this side of the building. Okay. There we go, 421. That's right on the money. Probably not going to reload in time to get the kill, but you never know. No, I'm not. He just got humbled. And the lurver's just given his position away. This is going to be a dodgy shot, but he's moving back and making it easier for me. Yeah, go on, you expose more of your tank. Thank you. Is he still there? Well, I'm going to use this frontal armour. Worth a blind shot? Yeah, why not? Nope, he moved. He's not that stupid. Okay. Right, let's get up the hill. Let's get around this corner. Ah, we've lost Circumflexes. Damn it. Alright, I'm going to need to get up there and support Foch. Oh, wait a minute. There's that lurver. Right, I've done the lion's share of damage on this guy. I want the kill. There's a Tiger P over there. He's on the other side of the hill. He can't hit me from here. Oh, back up a little, get the gun down. There we go. Lerber has... Oh, perhaps he's seen me? Doesn't make any difference. He's dead anyway. Foch puts another big one into that Tiger P. And he's probably going to get... Yep. No. KV-4 nails him. There's the Jagdpanther 2. That one seemed to go into his tracks. Foch puts one into him. This isn't going to kill him, but he's definitely... Oh, and Foch finishes up just a fraction of a second after I fire. Gets the kill. So we've done 3,263 damage in this game so far. Can I hit that Jagdpanther? Oof, maybe. Probably not, but I've got nothing better to shoot at. That might have gone in, you know. It seemed to go right for his front drive wheel. So, damage? Possibly not. Blew his tracks off, made him an easier kill for that AT-7 and T-29? Possibly. Yeah, he hasn't taken any damage. There he is. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Again, very, very dodgy shot. Not much of him showing. Oh, and it bounced. You've got to be kidding. That would have been a certain kill. And that's it. 4 kills. A butt-ton of damage done. Let's have a look at the post-battle results screen on that one. Right, there you go. 74,776 credits earned. 3,272 XP. Doubled with a premium account, but even without a premium account, that would have been over 2,000 XP earned. There's the Ranger badge. They call it Huntsman here. It's Ranger. It's for killing 3 light tanks. A minimum of 3 light tanks. Basically, it's the Scout Hunter's badge. Sniper, and yeah, not bad. Team score. Most damage actually went to Foch in his Jagdpanther 2. That's pretty damn impressive. Let's see how he did. 13 shots fired, 9 hits, 9 penetrations. Look at that. People keep asking me, is the Jagdpanther 2 any good? 14 hits. I'm leaning heavily towards the Jagdpanther 2 rather than the Ferdinand, because people often see the Ferdinand and they just think, gunner, load gold. And they just blow holes right through your armour. So while the Jagdpanther 2 might not have as much armour, it's sloped, it's angled, it can bounce the shots just through angling that the Ferdinand just can never do. And, you know, if you ever needed any further incentive, there you go, 14 hits received, didn't die, 3,736 damage done. Potential damage received, 3,360. It only has 1,000 health. You know? So yeah, good result there. XP earned, however, you see, detection damage 27. If you go to XP earned, I'm ahead. Nearly 1,700 spotting damage. And fired more shots, hit more targets, penetrated more. Just low damage rolls, and shooting tanks that only had a minimum amount of health left. Took 4 hits. Potential damage received, only 1,015. Well, it's still 15 more than my total health, but yeah, only one of those hits actually did any damage. So, 5 enemies detected as well. God, look at that. I'm actually, yeah, scouting tank destroyer. Go France. 4 kills. Buttload of... oh, apparently I got some base capture points without realising it as well. And a buttload of spot and damage. Really, really good machine. Yeah, it's just one of those machines that just ticks all the boxes for me. So, the AMX 48. It's a really, really good machine, and the French tank destroyer drivers really deserve something as good as this after the crap they've had to put up with to get all the way up to tier 7 and the 46. The 46 is good. It is a good tank, but the 48 is great. I certainly haven't regretted getting it. I mean, look at that. With that 120mm gun, 2,308 DPM, at tier 8. What sort of competition are we talking about here? It's just for the sake of argument. What about the Germans? Where's the Ferdinand? The Ferdinand has better DPM. Only just 2,450. I don't have my Jagdpanther 2 yet, so I can't really compare. I suspect the Americans probably have good DPM as well. T28, yeah, 2,637. T28 prototype, 2,376. Better rate of fire, you see. But accuracy of these two, 0.38. That thing, 0.39. Theoretical DPM is great, but you have to hit the target first. And this little baby here has 0.33 accuracy. So that's why I love this thing. So there you go. The AMX AC-48 French Tier 8 tank destroyer. I think it's an absolute beast of a machine. I love it. I can't wait to get the Tier 9 Foch, but I'll say I can't wait. I'm not really in a rush because I'm enjoying playing this thing. I've had a lot of success with it. And I know you're going to enjoy it too. You just need to stick out that horrible, horrible French tank destroyer line until you get up to here. Tier 7 and 8. That's where the fun starts with the French TDs. As always, folks, take care on that battlefield, and I'll catch you next time.